My name's Heather. I'm from Phillip Island at the very south of Australia, and today I'm going to show you what I like about living in Matsumoto. I've been living in Matsumoto for about 21 years, so I'm really looking forward to sharing what I like with you. The first place I want to show you today is the National Treasure former Kaichi School. It's right near Matsumoto Castle, very easy to get to, and the reason I recommend it is you can really understand how early Japanese public education started. It's a very important building nationally, but we're also very lucky here. We can see how school was in like the 1870s, the very early stages. There's a special exhibition that changes, but you can also just go in and really experience the atmosphere of what school would have been like in those days. Let's go. So they have a model of the school here so you can see how it's built. And one of the really interesting things is even the parts that look like stone are actually made of wood. And there's lots of English explanations to give you the information. So if you look at these doors, during the Meiji Restoration, there was a lot of big changes happening. And these doors have actually come from a temple that was torn down, and then they've been reused in a school. So I think you have to admit that for a school door, they're rather fancy. But yeah, this kind of history is what you can experience here. The National Treasure former Kaichi School, it's not just the building, but a lot of the documents that have been preserved is one of the reasons why it's considered a national treasure. For example, babysitter education, where if you look carefully, they've got like a baby on their back or there's a small child next to them. So they're actually looking after younger siblings while being at school. Yeah, so this kind of thing, and there's lots of explanations so you can not just look at the pictures and guess, but they're really helping you understand about the system here. This is a pretty unusual room to find in a school. If you notice, there's a wooden step and the room behind here is elevated. This classroom was converted into a sitting room for the emperor, which involved raising the floor, so the emperor was sitting at an elevated place in comparison to the rest of the people. You can see Western touches throughout the building, like the chandelier and the stained glass windows. This flooring is a specialty of the Matsumoto area. It's not called tatami, it's called misuzu zaiku, and the weave is quite different. So when you come here, the displays sometimes change, but the regular exhibits, you can really see how elementary education was at that time. And today I saw one about the gender education and moral education. There's so much English information, and again, just being in the building while you're learning about the history. So yeah, I really recommend it. Okay, next I'm going to show you where to get an amazing hamburger. So the restaurant we're going to is in that black roofed building just past the electricity pole. But if you're coming by car, so we are at the first intersection before the restaurant. Just around the corner here where the blue P sign is, that's where there's car parking. And then it's just a short walk around the corner to the restaurant. So we're now here just in front of the Izumimachi Gokura building, which has the restaurant. And we've just come up from the intersection, and this was the car park we were at. So you can see it's a really short walk, not even 5 minutes. This building is actually really unique. This is an old Japanese kura style building, and if you look, everything is very thick. All the walls are very thick, and it's a traditional storehouse style. So we've got, there's a number of shops in this location. There's a flower shop and there's the hamburger shop we're going to be going to. But first, let's go for a walk. So as you can see, there's a number of these kura all in the same area. And there's an aesthetic shop, there's a bike shop, there's a head spa shop and outdoor goods shop. And look at this garden. Look at this. You can like experience a tiny little oasis right in the middle of a shopping street. If you have a look at how thick the doors are, it gives you an idea of how thick the walls are. And I know I keep saying this, but it's just incredible to think of the construction and all of this to help store produce all year, to control the temperatures so that in winter when it's snowy and cold and in summer when it's hot, they can still keep their produce at the same temperature. Here we are going into the restaurant. So the Oldies burger is like their signature burger, and that's just like tomato, onion, lettuce. But then you can add your own toppings here, so you can add toppings for an extra price. But they've also got, like, you know, they've got a cheeseburger, avocado cheeseburger, They make their own bacon and it's amazing, so I recommend the bacon burger. So there's no English menu for lunch, but you can pretty much point and ask, no problem. If you come here for breakfast, there's a check box menu for breakfast. The ABC, which is avocado, bacon, and cheese. And look at the size of it. Now, first of all, everything is homemade. And then just the size of the hamburger, it's huge. And everything tastes amazing. So yeah, I highly recommend. The fries are good too. The drinks we've ordered today, we've got the homemade lemonade and homemade craft cola. So they really take homemade very seriously here, and everything tastes amazing. It's really good. So good. So we've just driven about 15 minutes west from Matsumoto Station. You can also come here by bus. There's a bus stop right there. Otherwise, some adventurous people come by rent-a-cycle. You can rent cycles in Matsumoto or even walk. And we've arrived at the Japan Ukiyo-e Museum. The building was designed by Kazuo Shinohara, and it's quite a unique building. And inside, there's a revolving exhibit of ukiyo-e woodcut prints. Unfortunately, we can't film inside, but we're going to go and enjoy it, and then we'll come back and tell you what we thought.
Traditional woodcut printing is a complex and painstaking process. Mulberry paper, which is used for the printing, is made by first soaking the fibers of mulberry bark in a bath of clear water. These fibers produce a thick handmade paper, which is used in woodcut printing. Production of this paper takes place in the ancient province of Echizen, the present-day Fukui Prefecture.
In the Ukiyo-e Museum, and these are replicas of some of the most famous ukiyo-e pictures that probably most people are familiar with. But what they have in the real exhibition, there's many different, and there's a theme. And the theme we just saw today was numbers. So all of the pictures have a connection. They have amazing English explanations, really good. I highly recommend, look at the pictures, watch the video, and then look at the pictures again. Welcome to Frog Street. This is Nawate Street. It's also called, the word for frog in Japanese is kairu, and kairu means also to come back. And this is a really cool historical street in front of Yohashira Shrine, but they've kind of gone with the theme of frogs, and there's lots of small shops here, but there's a frog theme running throughout. And I recommend this street for the atmosphere as well as the shopping. There's some really great shops along the route, and we're going to stop at the end and have a really great Australian coffee in Frog Street in Matsumoto. So let's go. So now we're in Yohashira Shrine, which is just at the entrance of Nawate Street. It's a very big Shinto shrine, and as well as people who are coming to pray, there is also, you can come and feed the pigeons, and at different times of the year, especially in November, you'll see little kids all dressed up in kimono coming here. The reason it's called Yohashira, it means 4 gods. So there are actually 4 gods that you can pray to here. And this shrine was actually made in the Meiji era, so late 1800s. And before that, it was part of the moat for Matsumoto Castle. And some of the rocks that are used in the area are actually the original rocks from Matsumoto Castle. So bit of history, bit of religion, bit of sightseeing. So that's Nawate Street up there, and we've just come down the stairs and we're standing next to the Metoba River. And this is really beautiful in any season, and they keep the grass mown, and you can come down here and you can grab, there's Portuguese egg tarts, you can grab an ice cream, grab some bread, and just come down here and sit by the river, and it's just a beautiful place to visit. Okay, so we've just crossed the bridge over the Metoba River, and now we're in Nakamachi Street. Nakamachi Street is another really historical street in Matsumoto. So we're standing in front of Kurashiki-kan, which is an old storehouse, a kura, that's been turned into like an event space, and You can also kind of see the history of the way the buildings were made. It's free admission and you can just go in. And Matsumoto has a lot of wells just dotted around the place, and the water is beautiful. It's always cold, even in summer. I really recommend wash your hands, refresh. It's beautiful, the wells. So there's always water coming out the bottom taps, but you can also pump your own water. So this is just like, and it's really refreshing. On a hot day like today, we got this really cool fresh water. So, and they're dotted around Matsumoto. So each time you see a well, come and enjoy the cool water. Nakamachi Street has got lots of these little shops that are built in the historical storehouses. So you can go in and have a look around and enjoy shopping while really experiencing what Matsumoto was like 100-something years ago. Nakamachi Street is on the old Zenkoji Road, and as such there's a lot of historical buildings left here. And some of them has been renovated and new businesses, but some of them are still the original businesses from back then. And if you have a look at the honeycomb wall, many of the stores have this black and white honeycomb wall. And this is also a very traditional storehouse style that you can see at many shops on the Nakamachi Street. Okay, we've just come back from Nakamachi. We've crossed the bridge, we're back. It's time for a coffee. Now, there's a lot of great places to drink coffee in Matsumoto, but there's only one I know of that you can get a flat white, which is Australia's favorite coffee. So let's go in and let me introduce you to a flat white. So Storyhouse is open for lunch, morning and afternoon teas, and I recommend it any time of the day, but I love it in the afternoon to come and get a flat white, which is an Australian coffee, as other Australians will, I'm sure, appreciate. It's not a latte, it's not a cappuccino. Sometimes you just need a flat white, and Storyhouse makes a great one. So let's get a drink. If you come here and they have the coconut cookie, it's not here today, but you've got to try it. Okay, but today I'm going to try the peanut butter because that's also really good. So as well as delicious cookies and great coffee, another thing I really like about Storyhouse, in the corner there's a games cupboard, and you can just grab a pack of cards, you can grab any kind of game, and this game is really interesting. It's produced by someone who lives in Matsumoto. And it's got bilingual instructions. You can play in English or in Japanese. What I love about Storyhouse is you don't have to worry about how long have I been here. Like on a rainy day, on a really hot day, in winter, on a snowy day, I just bring my book and you can just sit here forever, and you never have to feel like you need to leave because you finished your coffee. No one ever comes and tells me to move. So yeah, come and spend some time. Enjoy. This is it. A flat white. I mean, Australians will know how good a flat white is, but if you haven't tried one before, you've got to try it. I promise. It's stronger flavor than a latte, but milkier than espresso, and can't be beat. Can't be beat. We started with the former Kaichi school, and then had that amazing hamburger, and then the Ukiyo-e museum, then Nawate Street, Nakamachi Street, and finished with a coffee. There really is so much to do in Matsumoto. You can look at history, art, a little shopping, some great food, all in one place. I really think any season that you come to Matsumoto is great. Of course, you can come for skiing in winter, but top secret, our summers are cooler than most places in Japan. So I recommend summer season as well. So come on, come to Matsumoto, enjoy.